to the Seismic Sisters Show. I'm Kim Christensen, the founder of Seismic Sisters. Tock on the climate clock. Time is running out to fix the climate crisis. Last week, the San Francisco Bay Area was greeted at dawn by a spooky orange-red sky. It was brought on by the raging wildfires in California that are setting records. It's yet another reminder from Mother Nature that time is running out to fix the climate crisis. Voting for people who believe in science and the urgency of changing direction, moving away from fossil fuels and towards a green energy economy is critical, especially in the upcoming November election. Find out where candidates stand on climate science, fixing our environment, and creating the Green New Deal. Climate activists are demanding change, with old school environmentalists being joined by young climate warriors. We need to take heed and follow their lead. Tock, time is running out. Speaking of science, we had some remarkable news this week. Because of Trump's failure to follow science in dealing with COVID, as well as climate crisis, Scientific American magazine, which has never endorsed a presidential candidate in its history, made a dramatic decision to endorse Joe Biden for president. Quote, "The 2020 election is literally a matter of life and death. We urge you to vote for health, science, and Joe Biden for president." Wow, I hope you're registered to vote and have your plan for voting in place. We're less than 50 days away from the big one. The election, that is. There's more coming up on the Seismic Sisters Show, including how we can show some love to the U.S. Postal Service, a political report by Kimberly Ellis, profile on a project called Supply Hope Info that's bringing school supplies to young students facing distance learning, as well as a pop-up concert to lift our spirits with a song by LaFlamme called Shelter Shock. And we have the final part in our 3-part series on the hashtag Say Her Name campaign. So settle in and enjoy the show.
Hello, I'm Kimberly Ellis with the political report for Seismic Sisters. Riddle me this. What does Donald Trump do when our very own Department of Homeland Security determines that it's white supremacists who actually pose the greatest terror threat to our country? Well, he directs federal agencies to cancel racial sensitivity trainings, of course, calling them what else? Un-American. This while various individuals and news outlets report him as referring to our veterans, living, deceased, and disabled, as suckers and losers. Honestly, November cannot get here soon enough. From 100 to 37 real quick. This past Monday, we saw red flag warnings for severe fire danger from California to Colorado, Oregon to Utah, and Arizona to Nevada. But in true 2020 fashion, while it was hot and raining ash in Colorado on Monday, the forecast called for 37-degree and a foot of snow on Tuesday. At this rate, we don't want to know what next week holds. Go masked or go home. In what can only be described as a modern, albeit extreme version of being sent to the principal's office, Northeastern University dismissed 11 first-year students for gathering and violating COVID-19 distancing requirements. And as if getting kicked out of your first semester of college wasn't enough, the ex-Huskies will also not be refunded the $36,000 in tuition and fees they paid for the semester. Now that's what I call an expensive party. Boy, oh boy. Another week, another round of wildfires in California with climate change, hot, dry, windy conditions, and lightning strikes taking most of the blame. One fire, though, has a more unique origin story. The El Dorado fire that has burned more than 10,000 acres in San Bernardino County was reportedly sparked by a smoke-generating pyrotechnic device used at a gender reveal party. Maybe it's time to put this party trend to an end. After all, as they say, the future is non-binary. Up, up, and away. And so as to leave us on a high note, if you haven't already seen the death-defying stunt Ascension that magician and illusionist David Blaine pulled off as he soared tens of thousands of feet over the Arizona desert while holding 52 helium balloons before successfully skydiving and parachuting to the ground, make sure you check out seismicsisters.com to see it all. It gives a whole new meaning to taking your breath away. Well, that's it for this edition of the Political Report. Check out news, articles, and the latest online at seismicsisters.com. Until next time, take care.
Hey, this is Polina, and this week on Art and Power, we are featuring DJ heyLove. DJ heyLove is an amazing Bay Area DJ, a mother, and a practicing Buddhist, and she had a full schedule programmed out until COVID hit. And as you can imagine, being an artist who supports your family on your work and having all of your work dry up is no small thing. Yet she has been riding it with so much grace. And we were lucky enough to get to talk to her about it, and you can read that interview at seismicsisters.com. And one thing that you can do to support DJs during this time is download their music, make a donation, and listen to their live streams. So check out DJ heyLove's amazing music at djheylove.com, as well as on SoundCloud at DJ heyLove-1. DJ heyLove-1. So go get your SoundCloud on and go get your dance on.
When can I start dating? Meet a girl 6 feet away, courtship, oh, give it a whirl. Or maybe a guy. As time goes by, I feel less and less shy about my sexual orientation. I'm talking to my cats just a bit too loud. When they meow a sonnet, I feel a little proud. Did I just say that out loud? Did I just say that out loud? I've worn my sweatpants so many days in a row. They're starting to crack in places. Can I wear this mask again? Can you see the ragged laces? And now it's off to the races. At the grocery store, the checkout clerk seems to be sweating. Is it COVID stress? Or maybe it's a fever I'm feeling! The other night I had a terrible dream. Everything was strange, nothing was what it seemed. He said the newscaster told me you must sanitize the mail, or you'll be put in jail. And then he started doing high kicks and juggling tricks. And then he said, be careful not to rot your brain on too much in Netflix. Oh no, COVID, no. Oh no, COVID, no. Oh no, pandemic. Oh no, 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 pandemic. Oh God, no, no, I just gained 12 pounds. Oh God, no, no, no. Oh, you gotta laugh.
Unless you've been living under a rock lately, you probably heard by now that our United States Postal Service is facing some big challenges. Not only has Trump administration refused to help United States Postal Service with its financial struggles, but our president is falsely claiming that voting in by mail will end up in massive voter fraud. What can you do to help the post office? Well, for starters, we should all go out there right now and buy stamps. Buying stamps isn't just the easiest way to get money flowing back into the post office, but it's the quickest. Another way we could help USPS is by submitting our mail-in ballots early so we could avoid overwhelming the system. Third, we could become local advocates for our United States Postal Service by contacting our congressional representatives and expressing our strong support. And finally, we can show our support for these essential workers by simply saying thank you.
I'm here to share with you stories of the caring people of San Francisco. A new box of pencils can feel like a world of possibilities. But for low-income students, the pencils and the possibilities were hard to come by this spring. When schools transitioned to distance learning, they could no longer rely on school resources, and the students didn't have their own money to purchase the supplies they needed. But high school students Susanna Lau and Lana Nguyen decided to create new possibilities and hope. They gathered a team of friends and founded Supply Hope Info to provide low-income students with school supplies. With every $100 of donations, Supply Hope Info buys supplies from a small business and sends boxes directly to the doors of low-income families. The team has fundraised and partnered with local and international organizations and created a list of additional resources for the students and families. As of July 28th, the group had supplied 100 students with school supply boxes. Thanks to recent press coverage, Supply Hope Info currently has enough donations to provide 2,000 students with the materials they need. You can go to Supply Hope Info's website to donate, to suggest a small business, and recommend students who can benefit from this hopeful organization. Take care.
Hello, my name is Nyteia Tyler with Seismic Sisters, and this is our final part of our 3-part series on the hashtag Say Her Name campaign. This campaign sheds light on a very important topic of movement building and social justice, which is intersectionality. Coined by Kimberly Crenshaw, she makes a great analysis about how police violence against Black women tackles both police violence against African Americans and violence against women. Intersectionality bridges the gap that ultimately makes this a mutually exclusive topic. Crenshaw says it is because of the lack of framework that we have actually revolving around the issue and who it directly affects. We continue to overlook that Black women experience this violence at alarming rates. And this is why the Say Her Name movement is so critical in combating that lack of framework and gives us a space for those narratives to be heard. We will now be taking our final moment to honor, remember, and say the names of 5 more women who unfortunately lost their lives to police violence, but also who were more importantly humans. Aja Dixon, Latrika Sloan, Charmel Edwards, Darnisha Harris, Miriam Carey. Thank you again for taking that moment with us. And as we conclude this series and begin to reflect on everything that we have learned, I encourage you to continue to educate yourselves and spread awareness. There are books, videos, articles, and so many other resources for us to continue to move in the right direction towards change. Once we take the time to actually acknowledge and understand the problem, we can work better towards creating solutions that include Black women in its efforts. It is so easy for us to continue to let these names slip through the cracks, but we must learn and change the way that we operate within these systems. As a society, we have to be very intentional with building intersectional movements because they create an inclusive outlet and an opportunity to share and uplift the narratives of every individual within. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you for watching the Seismic Sisters Show. Don't forget to follow us on social media. You can sign up for our newsletter at seismicsisters.com, and please tell your friends.